In this video, we will see about some of the administrative features which is in the SAP Antix Cloud. We will see how to create users, how to assign roles to different users, how to create teams, then how we will see some of the administrative performance of the models, system usage, and all those things practically. To do this means you can go to this menu and you can see security. And security, we have users, team, roles, requests, data changes, and all those things. Let's say means what are the different users available here. Now when we say users, there are different users, and when we can create our own users, new users. Suppose we wanted to give access to some other users as a new user, then we can do that by clicking on this new user, and we can say that create a new user. This is, let's say, 123. This is one of the user id, and we can say this is a test user as. So we can give that, and we need to give the email id as well, because that is what we needed it. Let's say this is one of the email id. Then manager, if you have anything means, then we can give the manager's name here means. It would be useful for when we wanted to approve the request for the access. We can give roles. So roles is important thing means, what type of user it will be. Will it be these are the different roles which is having, like you can see, application created, which is having analytics designer access. BI admin will have administrator full privileges. Then there are BI content creator, BI content viewer only, then predictive admin, predictive content creator. And we can now create our own role as well, which is here I have created. So we can give that as well, and we can just say that I wanted to make it as a developer. So this way we can do it, and then we can save it. So this is the way, but we will see how to create roles now. So when we say users, instead of users we can create different teams, and in teams we can say we can add different users. Teams are required means when we have similar kind of users who are suppose developers or just run BI content created, then we can create some similar groups. Suppose we wanted to have we have end users who are just going to view the stories. For them, we can just create a group or a team, and then in that team we can add all the end users who just view the stories. Let's say create one the thing, and we can add some users from here, and then just click team. The main usage of the team is just when we create a team, whenever we wanted to give any access to or the roles to the particular users, then it is better to give in the team, so that it would be useful means, and it will save the time as well. Now when the other option is roles are important means what type of users. So depending upon the users role or users functionality, or what type of work they can do, we can create the roles. So basically there are, like here you can see there are six roles already available, SAP has given. First one is application designer privilege, and suppose we wanted to assign any users in that, we can create it, assign that with the help of this. Means you can see these are the access for each of this role. Means you can see different name here, and you can say create, read, update, delete, execute. These are the different options available, and based on this we can see, may see, suppose what type of users fall in this particular category. So that we can give it here. Now once we create teams, there are and roles. So we will see other roles as well here. The admin is having administrative privilege, full privileges, content created, create and update privileges. Viewer is just having read privileges. Predictive admin will be having full privileges. Then predictive content creator. So predictive admin is more of related to the predictive models, I think, miss, and then predictive content creator as well, predictive models and stories. Custom roles, we can create our own new role. Means instead of let's say how to create it, we can give some test role name and a license type business intelligence. If we have any other like planning, then we can create that as well. and then out of this we need to choose what type of roles. Means suppose out of this only we need to select, but if you wanted to give something special, then we can give it selecting blank, and then means we can give. So here we can say that this user will be having access to only antique models. He can create, read and update models, but he cannot delete the models. So this is also option we can give, and he cannot maintain. So such type of thing, there are many things: currency planning model, then KPI role, you can say data change log, life cycle. So it depends on all the requirement and when the users are being created and what type of users they are. Based on their business role or business functionality they are doing, we need to assign this. And we can assign the users from here as well, assign users to this particular role. Suppose we have this assign roles, we can just give this to particular this team which is there. Now the other thing is about request. So this is also important to say, means if there are any new role requests, suppose you are admin person who are looking after all the users access and roles creation, the other end users or the other business users can request some roles. So they can their request can be seen it here, and means then once you can select, then you can approve it and then can grant access on this. Then there is deployment is also possible. Means this is also very simple. Means suppose we wanted to deploy anything, means anything, we can make it as an export, and then we can add it here. Suppose we wanted to add something which is like exporting like dimensions or connections or anything, means so we can select this, and then means or any specific thing, means if you wanted to remove, then we can remove it and then click on export. Now once export, suppose there are some other things like import as well, means from other users you have got something, then you can import it from there as well, means by giving some files. And then last one is about the system performance or system things which is there, where we can see different system usage, who are using the systems and what are the different active users. You can see historical usage, so how much is the usage for this. You can see 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, year to date as well. Suppose you just wanted to see 1 month, then we can see, if you wanted to see for all, we can see that as well. So this is the number of active users and these are number of logins. So how many logins are done. So if there are many users, then we can see, means how the system is performing and it is useful at that time. Then system usage by storage as well, means how much storage the system models or storage are taking. So we can see used by models. So these are the models size, you can see 8.42 MB is the maximum here. So all of them are like this, and then system storage uses by user. So if there are hundreds of users and we wanted to see the performance of the system, then we can do this by the help of this. Suppose some particular user is consuming more memory, then we can look into that as well. System users usage by user trace in this is a log of these systems. So whatever it is. This is what I wanted to cover up in this video. I hope this video is useful for you. If you have any question, then please put it in comment section, and thank you for watching.